I began by asking him for his reaction to the Home Secretary's description of pro-Palestinian marches as hate marches.
No, I don't. Look, I'm quite clear. A cornerstone of our democracy is the ability to protest, to lobby your MP, your politicians, to email them, to go to their surgeries, to get involved in civic society. By and large, over the last 3 weeks, the hundreds of thousands of people who have been protesting have been doing it in a peaceful, lawful and safe way. I accept a small minority may have acted outside the law. There may be a grey area. What the Home Secretary should be doing is listening to her commissioner, who has said quite clearly the government should be stepping in, providing clarity in relation to laws around extremism.
Do you think she is stoking divisions, therefore, by describing these protests as hate marches?
Look, I'm also quite clear. I've met Jewish Londoners who are scared.
So she has got a point. She has got a point.
I've met Muslim Londoners who are scared.
Has she got a point, do you think?
Well, we've seen an increase in Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. She should be bringing people together, explaining, look, you can have strong views that are pro-Palestinian, but you must not be anti-Semitic. You can have strong views supporting the government of Israel, but you can also have sympathy and empathy for those in Gaza. Why not bring people together and unite our society rather than seeking to divide people by posturing?
Divisions in Labour too. Keir Starmer is currently giving a speech rebutting you and others who are demanding a ceasefire. You think he's getting this wrong? Listen,
there's a whole host of issues in the Middle East that Keir and I agree on. The importance of humanitarian aid, the importance of food, water, essential supplies getting through, the importance of de-escalation, the importance to condemn unequivocally Hamas, the importance to get international players involved. My view is very simple in relation to what's happening in the Middle East, which I think, like many other countries around the world, like the humanitarian aid agencies, I think there should be a ceasefire.
Yeah, so on the matter of a ceasefire, quite a fundamental thing you disagree on with him. You think he's getting it wrong?
It's not a question of getting it wrong or right.
Well,
I think there should be...
76% of the public, if you look at polling, says they would back a ceasefire.
Well, you look at any major conflict across the globe, historically, but also in more recent times, you resolve things by peaceful resolution rather than by an escalation of violence. As we speak, and by the time this is aired, the numbers are going to change. More than 9,000 people lost their life in Gaza, more than 1,400 in Israel, more than 200 hostages taken in from Israel by Hamas, a terrorist organisation. More than 2,000 children have been killed. For goodness sake, Gaza is heartbreaking, but it is a consequence of the Israeli government's action.
What's your message to Keir Starmer? Think again.
Listen, Keir and I speak all the time.
No, what's your message
the medium of the sky to give Keir a message.
But you disagree. Look, but to be clear, you disagree with him. You think he should go further than asking for a humanitarian pause. I'm
really not going to get into what Keir should be doing. He's done a great job transforming our party, and a great job showing leadership on a whole host of issues, including this one.
And he has a huge lead in the polls. But now there is a division in the Labour Party. His authority has been challenged by you, by the leader of Scottish Labour, by the Manchester mayor, all leading figures in the party calling for a ceasefire. He won't do it. This is a problem.
Well, what's important is I've been quite clear in relation to my views in relation to the ceasefire, at the same time as supporting the Israeli government's attempts to get back the hostage, as well as at the same time condemning unequivocally the actions of Hamas, but also making it quite clear those people suffering in Gaza need our support, and the best way to give them support, in addition to the humanitarian aid and the essential supplies, is a ceasefire. OK,
I have to ask you about you, Les. You've put a month in, a report's gone out today. There's lots on money raised, £26 million on the, when you've extended to Outer London, and compliance of vehicles. There's not much in there on improving air quality. Isn't that the point, or is it a revenue raiser for you? So a lot of Londoners think.
The decision to expand the units was a difficult one, but I think it was the right thing to do. Why? Because the evidence is quite clear. Air pollution causes around 4,000 deaths a year prematurely in our city. It leads to children having stunted lungs forever, and adults with a whole host of health issues, from asthma to dementia, heart disease to cancer. Early results show the ULEZ is working, the expansion is working. Why? Because 95% of vehicles seen driving on an average day in central London, in London, and importantly in outer London, are now compliant. Why is that important? Because fewer non-compliant vehicles, a reduction of almost 80,000, means the air is cleaner. So 9 million Londoners are breathing clean air.